You've heard of the old adage, necessity is the mother of invention? Jan Rogers, a Madeira, Ohio entrepreneur who created a product called the Time Timer, is living proof that that old adage is true.
It started with my last child. She was 7 years younger than my middle child. At the age of 4, I was noticing that time was becoming an increasing frustration for her and source of conflict between the two of us. She always wanted to know how much longer, or I'll do that, but time me. Time was a very important thing to her. I tried to help her with that. I used the kitchen timer like a lot of moms do to set it to have the ding go off when a certain period of time has elapsed. But that was a frustration because she knew the ding was coming, but she didn't know when. And so I started tinkering around with some ideas that I had to see what might break the code for her. I found out that the visual was the key. My first prototype was 2 paper plates that I manually did this to, and found out she was fascinated by that. So then I started going to people to find out if maybe this was a need that was out there for others as well, and found out it was. So I started a very long process of developing what is now the Time Timer.
So that right here, is that
This
the
is
original?
this is my very first working prototype. This was probably the most money I'd ever spent in my life other than on a car. Just to make one that would work so I could continue to pitch the idea. I really still thought that somebody was going to take it on, produce it, sell it, send me checks. I started a process of shopping the market. I went to all the toy stores, I went to the education stores, I went to the school and looked through about 200 catalogs to see if I could find anything. Then I went to the big toy show in New York City just to wander the aisles and see if I saw anything like it, and I didn't. When I really realized how important my concept was when it seemed so universal. It was almost like discovering the wheel or fire, or I mean, it's not in the same category as that, but it's such a common denominator for so many issues in our world today. I decided that since it was unique, I would go ahead and self-produce. I couldn't find a company that would take it on and just send me checks every month. So if it was going to be out there, I had to make it. So as soon as I had product, I started to pitch it to the education market. And one of the very first teachers that I talked to about it said immediately, this is special ed. You've got to talk to the special ed teacher at our school. And that threw me into a population that I had not had information about or contact with other than out in the world in general, and found out that my timer had great impact on that particular market. The individuals dealing with the special needs are more creative, they're more open to resources of all kinds, and now they are teaching the mainstream classrooms, the mainstream areas of life, what the real needs are. And I found out that the need for the timer is pretty much universal, whether there's a special need or not. I've had product for almost 15 years. I think we figured out that I've probably sold close to 500,000 units of all the Time Timer spectrum of products. Probably 75% of that has been within the last 5 years. It was very slow growth, and then it was just a runaway train, and I just keep trying to keep up with it and keep everybody happy and make sure that I create a product that does what it says it does and continues to do what I say it does. It's just so satisfying. I don't feel like I can really accept ownership of something that's that important to someone, but I'm glad that I've helped in some way, because that's very meaningful to me. So in terms of business and impact, I never, ever thought that the time timer would be as important worldwide as it is. It's why I spent a lot of years and a lot of hours building this, because it became obvious that I was helping to change lives, if not environments.